Bills Nation, Bills Portal is here, ready to dive into some crucial news coming out of One Bills Drive. Grab your favorite jerseys. Get comfortable because this is something you need to hear. Look, we all know how electrifying James Cook has been in the Bills' backfield. The guy is a game-changer, a true dual threat, and is coming off back-to-back seasons with over 1,000 rushing yards. The first Bills running back to do that since the great Leon McCoy. And let's not forget those 16 touchdowns last year, tying a power forward like Derrick Henry. He's been a vital cog in this high-octane offense, a perfect complement to our guy Josh Allen. But now, folks, we've run into a little problem. Cook, as you know, has been very vocal about wanting a new contract, and a significant one at that. We're talking about him looking at $15 million per season, which would put him among the highest-paid players in the league at his position. Now, General Manager Brandon Beane has been blunt, saying that the Bills and Cook's people haven't come to an agreement on the numbers so far. It seemed like they were prepared to start this season with Cook playing out the final year of his current contract. And honestly, that made some of us a little nervous, right? Well, hold on to your hats because the situation just got a lot more interesting and potentially, well, a little more complicated for our beloved Bills. Breaking news out of Baltimore. The Ravens just locked up their elite all-pro running back Derrick Henry with a 2-year contract extension worth a whopping $40 million. That's a lot of money for a top-tier running back in this league. Now, while Cook's resume may not have the same longevity as Henry's just yet, this new deal for Henry could seriously impact Cook's situation here in Buffalo. Think about it. As the experts at SI.com pointed out, even though Henry is a bit older, his massive contract essentially resets the market for all the top running backs looking to get paid. And guess what? James Cook is definitely one of those guys. His representatives are no doubt looking at this Henry contract as a new benchmark, a starting point, and you can bet they'll argue that Cook's youth and production warrant a similar, if not even higher, payday. Now, Cook himself has been pretty tight-lipped about the whole contract situation, which, let's be honest, is pretty typical of him. But he has dropped some cryptic hints on social media about that $15 million figure. And get this, in a recent interview at a poker event in Las Vegas, he didn't rule out the possibility of a practice boycott if he doesn't get the contract he's looking for. He told Poker News that he wants to keep the details to himself and let business take care of business. He also acknowledged the business side of the NFL, but emphasized his commitment to his teammates. "Whatever it is, it will be," Cook said. I just make sure business is business and do whatever I can to always be there for my teammates. And whatever it is, it will be. And then we're going to play football." Now, that last part sounds comforting, right? He wants to play, but the underlying message is clear. He feels he deserves to be compensated at a certain level. So, Bills Mafia, what does all of this mean? Well, it puts even more pressure on Brandon Beane and the front office. Do they cave and come closer to Cook's asking price, potentially locking up significant cap space at the running back position, or do they hold their ground, risk Cook potentially skipping workouts, and face the possibility of losing him in free agency next year? It's a tough situation, no doubt. We all know how valuable Cook is to this team, but we also know that the Bills need to manage their resources wisely to compete for that Super Bowl trophy. But now I want to hear from you, Bills Mafia. With Derrick Henry's new contract setting a possible precedent, how fair a contract do you think James Cook is, considering his production and importance to the Buffalo Bills? Leave your comments below. Let's get the conversation started.